Whether it's building fortifications, repairing the vast armories of the Empire, or simply laying low the enemy's bunkers and gun pits, the engineers of the Imperial Army are never idle. Hi, I'm your host Heatwave, and in today's episode, I'll be exploring the engineer companies of the Imperial Army. Engineers, eyes and ears, come on. Welcome back to the Wings of Fire spin-off series, Empire of Pareena. In today's episode, I'll be exploring the engineer companies within the Imperial Army, looking at their organization, structure, tactics, and war gear. Each line battalion holds 2 engineer companies. These companies are very distinct in their duties, and thus are divided between 3 engineer subtypes. I'll quickly run through each of the subtypes now. The combat engineers are the only combat group of the company. Their job is the fun bits, the demolition of enemy defenses and fortifications, along with storming trenches and bunkers. I'll be focusing on this subtype in this episode, for they are the primary combat troops of this company. The second subtype are the field engineers. They are responsible for building fortifications, roads, or laying rail lines where needed. The final subtypes are the technical engineers. They are responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the whole battalion. Now let's actually look at the company's composition. At the head of the company is its company headquarters section, just like every other company formation. This section is led by a captain or a major, and they also lead the whole company. The rest of the section is administration staff, logistic officers, and attendees to the paperwork the company generates. I'll start at the bottom of the company by looking at the technical engineers. Working closely with the logistics and rear echelon company, these engineers are smiths, mechanics, weapon artisans, craftsmen, and seamsters. They set up behind the lines vast workshops of tools, repair bays, and stations. If a lad's arm can't cycle or a vehicle keeps falling apart, it's these engineers who will work to keep it up and running. The field engineers are the go-to for construction of fortifications, laying barbed wire fences, digging anti-tank ditches, and all manner of construction. In a pinch, these engineers can also be thrown into combat, as they do carry the same equipment issued to the combat engineers. And finally, we have the combat engineers. The combat engineers follow the basic platoon structure of 1 HQ and 2 engineer sections. Their weapons are the same as the basic las rifle platoon. Combat engineers charge into battle against the worst the enemy has to offer in terms of defenses. They cut through barbed wire, clear landmines, and turn bunkers to rubble. It's a difficult job. Combat engineers put themselves right in the line of fire, tackling the hardest objectives in the fight. To onlookers, these platoons of inductii seem crazed to be running blindly into automatic weapon fire. All engineers wear and carry the basic standard issue equipment like all inductii do, except combat engineers and field engineers carry a few extra things. Now some of these things are a bit straightforward, with their battle armor and weapons and basic gear, but to fit their specific role, the poor engineers carry a massive amount of extra gear and kit. First, the Bakama has been marked with a shovel and pickaxe crossing each other, marking this inductii as an engineer. Combat engineers carry a variety of extra tools, wire cutters, wrenches, and pliers, along with a number of e-tools. Combat engineers carry a pickaxe for digging. All engineers are trained for EOD duty and the disposal of enemy ordnance. This is done by a large stick that is gently pushed into the ground. If a mine is tapped, it can be marked with a white stone and dug up for disposal. Now, what is a demolition order without something to blow it up with? Each combat engineer carries a long green olive tube. This Bangalore is packed full of TNT and is lit by a simple pin fuse. In combat, the Bangalore is used to blast anything apart. It can be thrown like a javelin, stuck into the ground, tossed like a grenade. But its primary use is for engaging enemy bunkers. When attacking a bunker, an engineer will attempt to slide the tube into the slits and openings of the bunker, hopefully blowing it apart from the inside out. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, why don't you consider leaving a like and a comment and staying tuned for more, or checking out the channel for some of our other episodes. This is Heatwave, signing off.